Before we dive into the latest episode of Yellowstone, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button if you're enjoying the content. As a seasoned movie buff, I've got a question for you. What's the biggest threat to Rip and Beth's relationship in the latest episode of Yellowstone? Is it the loss of the ranch, their differing attachments to the lifestyle, or something more personal? In episode 11 of Yellowstone season 5, titled 353, uh, the underlying danger to Rip and Beth's relationship is exposed. Their bond dates back to their teenage years, with Rip joining the Yellowstone ranch after avenging his abusive father and fleeing. Years later, they reconnected while working on the ranch, eventually getting married in season 4 and adopting an orphan, Carter, who found solace at the ranch, much like Rip did as a young boy. However, John's demise might disrupt their seemingly idyllic storyline. In Texas, Rip found out that John Dutton from Yellowstone was deceased while Beth was there. And upon hearing this news, he rushed home to comfort her. Uh, Yet he remains unaware of the fact that Beth's infertility stems from an aborted pregnancy of their child when they were teenagers, a secret that could potentially damage their relationship if it ever comes to light. Now, however, Rip and Beth may encounter a new and pressing challenge as John's demise has put the future of the ranch at risk. The flashbacks in 353 reveal that Beth harbors different emotions towards the lifestyle tied to running a ranch. After unexpectedly visiting Texas, she attempts to persuade Rip to extend their time together, but he's obligated to return to the 6666 for cattle management duties. And this sequence follows her attempt in the last episode to pull Rip away from the ranch for personal time. Collectively, these instances hint that Beth prefers less involvement ranching and desires more of Rip's attention focused on their relationship rather than the cattle drive. Pervanduel's belief that the modern assembly of individual crisis, Rip, on the other hand, seems more attached to the ranch than Beth, as seen in his dedication to the cattle drive in Texas. The ranch played a pivotal role in shaping Rip's life when he was a frightened teenager who had taken another's life to protect his family. In contrast, Beth's deepest allegiance has consistently been towards her father, and the ranch represents his heritage, making it possible that she might strive to protect its existence due to these sentimental reasons. However, her upbringing on this very ranch was marred by hardship. A tragic accident occurred when her mother fell off a horse and died. An incident for which Beth was held responsible. Moreover, her father took her to get an abortion that left lasting emotional scars and affected her ability to conceive. Consequently, while Beth remains devoted to John's memory, the ranch itself evokes painful memories for her, and she prefers residing in Texas alongside Rip. As a dedicated film enthusiast, I think Rip and Beth might find solace in Texas, where they could build a life free from the shadows of Beth's distressing past and Jamie's toxic presence. If he manages to survive. Uh, the tumultuous relationship between Beth and Jamie on Yellowstone has always been a source of turmoil. And given Jamie's betrayal of their family, it's clear that any hope for Beth's happiness would be compromised as long as he lingers in the vicinity, having been reformed very high. And before Rip and Beth contemplate starting a new life in Texas, they must first resolve the matter of the Yellowstone Ranch's fate. Rip has such deep attachment to this ranch as it played a crucial role in saving his life, but Beth feels they can't save it at present. Consequently, Rip will need to rekindle Beth's fighting spirit within Yellowstone so that they can save the ranch and then weigh their options for a tranquil content future, although it may mean departing after everything is resolved. And on a lighter note, I guess you could say that Rip and Beth's relationship is like a cattle drive. It's all about navigating through the ups, downs together, all the cattle driving and nest together. And then with that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.